Young Dolph, emerging from the rough streets of Memphis, born Adolph Thornton Jr., better known by his stage name as Young Dolph, came on the scene with his club bangers and cold punchlines. That was before everything was cut short, November 17, 2021.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I cried for 2 days straight. I ain't gonna lie. It affected me the most because it's like people didn't really know how he really was. Like, cause they just didn't know him. He barely posted. Like, if you ain't around him, you wouldn't know that he funny. You wouldn't know that he a real genuine dude. He really love people. Like, he really want to help. Like, it's like he really a good father. Like, he take care of his kid. He mess with his people. Like, it's like, I don't think people seen it out of him until the passing. You know what I'm saying? Then they got to see like all his family and man, bro, it affected me so much, especially when I seen them kids go to their casket, bro. It's like, I couldn't take it, bro. It's like, bro, when my mama died and my grandma died, they got a chance to see me grow. Like, his kid, he won't be able to see them grow. Like, it hurt. It's like unfair. It ain't right. It's low down. I want about who he did, so this shouldn't nobody get done like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't right, wrong. It ain't right.
PRE, which is legendary in the Memphis streets, cannot be denied for the things that he done on the independent side of the music industry. Memphis rapper Young Dolph, whose real name is Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., was shot and killed in Memphis on Wednesday, November 17, 2021. Maurice Hill, the owner of the shop where the shooting happened, and Mercady's Butter Cookie, told Fox 13 his employee said Young Dolph, 36, walked into the store to buy cookies. Someone then drove up and shot and killed him at the South Memphis bakery. Fox 13 learned from the U.S. Marshals the 23-year-old Justin Johnson was the alleged shooter of Young Dolph. They later ended up finding out there was another guy as well by the name of Cornelius Smith. And this is a tragic situation as pertaining to Young Dolph that later turned into a lot of other tragedies in the Memphis streets.
He dead. Right here, man, he was my little Draco loose. Yeah, he was cuffing him down. No. Cause he won't leave. So, because they were playing on the line. Man, they're crazy, man. They shot him so many times. I ain't shot the man up, man. Oh, man. That's crazy.
Hey, man, look, bro. My Jook put a $40,000 hit on you, bro. Like, man, come on, bro. I'm standing on that. Bro, I'm not no shake, bro. I ain't no finna tell me I put $40,000 on my head and I'm finna do this, bro. Anybody that associate with you, and this ain't got nothing to do with them other folks, bro. Cause they ain't in none of like Big Boog and all these. I like Big Boog. I ain't throwing him in no foul trying to fight him or the ETSG and all them others, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with it. But youngster, you want to sit up here and smoke weed and be at the cemetery and be on some Migo, you want to be in my inbox and be on some tough. Well, you got to live with it. I knew if I caught you at the airport that you ain't got no gun, bro. You ain't got no gun, bro. You do not have no gun. So you gonna have to stand on this. There's certain folks that got something to do with this. It's Jook, and Gotti really ain't got nothing to do with it. But Jook, his brother. It's Jook, it's Migo, it's Youngster. These the folks that got something to do with this.
Now, once the passing of Young Dolph occurred, one thing we know for sure is a lot of bodies started dropping thereafter. I want to preface this by saying before we get deep into this video, you can't tie everything to Dolph. I don't want to put things on his name that don't belong there. But one thing I will say is in Memphis, the things that they call get back, it seemed as though it was a lot of things happening in reference of Young Dolph life getting took prematurely. As you guys know, bodies start dropping of guys that's tied to the situation or people alleged is tied to the situation. I'm going to get into a few of them. We're going to start it off first by talking about this guy right here that was accused of having something to do with Young Dolph.
Court records show 43-year-old Hernandez Govan, who was just indicted in the rap star slaying, along with Johnson and Cornelius Smith, once lived just a few houses down. Neighbors fearing for their lives told us off camera he grew up on the street. a possible connection linking the suspects, as District Attorney Steve Mulroy says Govan asked for Young Dolph to be murdered.
Mr. Govan has been indicted and is in custody for being involved in the Young Dolph murder. He played the role of the person who solicited the murder.
Now, just months before Young Dolph's life was cut short, Hernandez Govan daughter life was cut short out in Houston. As the report said, Houston police officers found Govan no longer living in the driver's seat of a vehicle she was driving. A second female victim was also found inside the vehicle with a gunshot wound and was taken to the hospital. It was determined that Govan and her friend and Govan's vehicle stopped behind a dark four-door vehicle at a traffic light at Richmond Avenue and Chimney Rock Road, where two black males exited the dark vehicle and started shooting the females. Further investigation identified Smith as the second suspect in March. Law enforcement officers arrested Smith without incident in Alexandria, Louisiana. He was then extradited to Texas and booked into Harris County Joint Processing Center last Friday, April 21st. The father of Lotto Cass Dusko, Destiny Govan, was indicted in November 2022 for the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. Now, you guys know, with that being said, this man right here let it be known that he felt some type of way, or he felt as though the life being cut short of his daughter may have had something to do with the lifestyle that he was living, and that kind of cut him deep in regards of him feeling as though he wished he could have done things different for the life of his daughter, etc. You got guys like Justin Johnson, who he allegedly hired to take the life of Young Dolph, by way of what people speculate to be Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook. He was on a run for a while. Justin Johnson was on a run for a while, where his brother has now had some things to say. As it said, Johnson, 26, was accused of an accessory after the fact of conspiring to murder Young Dolph. He was one of 4 men charged in the case. He admitted to assisting his brother Justin Johnson in the days after the rapper was killed by taking possession of Justin Johnson's cell phone and car, so authorities would not think Justin was in Memphis. Conspiracy is a wide range of things, Shelby County Prosecutor Paul said. They included people that were acting in the conspiracy before the murder happened, but also the people that were acting afterwards. The charges that have been filed now against Jamarcus make it clear that he did things afterwards. They also continue by saying Jamarcus Johnson may be called as a witness to testify against the other suspect. If their cases go to trial, he faces between 6 and 12 years. Now, there was another gentleman that was attached to the situation as well by the name of Joshua Taylor. This young man right here, who was originally thought to be a suspect in the situation. It wasn't long before his body ended up dropping, as they reported a man named a person of interest in the death of Memphis rapper Young Dolph was shot and killed in Memphis. The Memphis police found his body. His family members told ABC 24 family members identified Joshua Taylor as the victim of a shooting at Spotswood Avenue, and it's pretty much in the Memphis area. And that happened right after Young Dolph's life was cut short.
Several sources confirmed to Fox 13 the victim's name in this case is Joshua Taylor. Now, Taylor was once a person of interest in Young Dolph's murder investigation. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre has been covering the Young Dolph case since the beginning. He spent hours in Orange Mound today and now explains where police are in this investigation.
A gruesome sight is how investigators with the Memphis Police Department described the homicide scene yesterday afternoon in Orange Mound to me. Police say officers got called to Spotswood Avenue Wednesday afternoon. In heavy brush next to a church, officers found a man shot to death inside of a car. Overnight, sources confirmed to me the man they found is Joshua Taylor. According to my sources, Taylor is said to have been a friend of Justin Johnson, one of the 2 alleged shooters police charged killing the rapper. In February 2022, investigators wanted to learn if Taylor knew where Johnson was and if he knew anything about Dolph's death. Police never charged Taylor in the murder, and He has not been mentioned in the case recently.
Now, if you guys have been liking what I've been putting down so far, I appreciate if you guys can go down and hit that like button right now for me. Turn that post notification bell on to all. But most importantly, if you guys is new to my channel, I would appreciate if you guys can subscribe right now, as more content like this will be coming available. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like it so far. Now, to get into Black Youngster, this is a young man who had a back and forth as soon as the beef got underway with Young Dolph. Black Youngster wasted no time inserting himself in it. You guys can see after the untimely demise of Young Dolph, you got a guy like Black Youngster that pretty much shot a video in the graveyard and all these other things, pretty much alluding to different things that people that read between the lines got and understood what was going on when he did these things. He went to a show after Young Dolph untimely demise and he played a diss track to Young Dolph, and he pretty much seemed as though he was taking jabs and standing on top of Young Dolph no longer being here. Shortly thereafter, you guys can see just recently his brother was taken, his life was cut short, and you guys can see Memphis, Tennessee said the brothers of Memphis rapper Black Youngster was shot to death at a gas station in South Memphis. They said Memphis police identified the victim of the deadly shooting at Emmanuel Benson, named by multiple outlets as the brother of Black Youngster, whose real name is Sammy Benson. Now, Black Youngster took this very, very hard. As you guys know, he previously had already lost a brother, and to see that his brother right here life was cut short as well, it pretty much sparked him into speaking the way he truly feels and saying he's getting ready to crash out in so many regards. You guys can see Benson was discovered unconscious near BP gas station by the police. The rapper's younger brother was rushed to Regional 1 Hospital where he was pronounced dead upon arrival. Ewing is wanted for second-degree murder as well as 2 counts of attempted murder. This was previously before they ended up capturing Ewing, where you guys can see that this guy was brought to they went and captured this guy for the killing of Black Youngster brother. Now again, I want to preface this by saying, as I said before, don't mean all these things were tied to Young Dolph. I'm just letting you guys know the things that was happening in Memphis right after Young Dolph, right after he passed away. It seems like a lot of guys, it was a war zone, or it's been a war zone in Memphis, and things just continue to be as we speak. You guys can see Youngster spoke out on his brother's death on Instagram August 20th while vowing to get justice for his passing. I love my baby brother. Rest up. I'm gonna make the world pay. I swear to God, nobody's safe. Standing over everybody for life. The rapper added that he was ready for whatever comes with his comments. He urged others not to feel sorry for him because he wasn't going to feel sorry for anyone. He gonna make sure they feel him. I promise life will never be the same, Youngster stated in his closing comments. Benson was fatally shot by a drive-by shooting. The police department issued a statement regarding the killing on Facebook. It read, officers made the scene to find Emmanuel Benson deceased, and then they went on ahead to picture the guy that they had as a suspect that they later ended up capturing in Ewing.
Yeah, I sure see him over the laying down over there. Huh? Big Jook dead. Hey, for real? Big Jook. Whoa. Yeah, I see him over there. What is a birthday? What is a repass or a birthday party? Oh, both ain't repaid. That's what they said. Hell no. Yeah, he finna clear the lot now. It finna get ugly, y'all. They killed Gotti brother. Yeah, they killed Jook. Mine.
Right now, cuz. We in Cascade right now, cuz. What Dolph at, cuz? Where he at, cuz? Where he at? Where he at right now? Where he at? Where he at?
Like if you a hustler, like I'm hoping that you could like listen to the album and maybe swap up the way you hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like you may be a young dude in Baltimore, DC, or somewhere in St. Louis, somewhere who getting money at a young age like I was, but you probably ain't thinking about the exit route like I was. Maybe you see this, and maybe you like, yo, that's some smart shit. Or maybe you hear the album and you like, yo, that nigga said he woo woo woo. And you put that in place in your life. Like, I feel like I owe that to the game.
So he showed me a different way, like, you really can make it, like, we stayed by the NBA players and stuff like that, so it was like, I never thought I'd be in this position and not be in the streets with it, like, still had the same lifestyle that I was in the streets with this music, though. So he took me to another level and opened my mind up to show me that there's more out here than selling drugs.